Hold on tight, spider monkey.
It says you can outrun me!
It's more than some crush, Bella.
I don't even know what you're saying. How can it be?
I'm gonna help you.
Mess anyway, so you might as well embrace it.
Hello. It's we.
All right, welcome back to my Twilight Fantasy podcast, where you get your 3 Twilight hoes.
Not even your favorite.
Not your favorite.
Your
Maybe
staticky
your second.
Twilight hose.
Staticky ass bitch.
This
Twilight
isn't,
hoes.
yeah, this isn't really. This is Twilight. This is Twilight Zone because of the mics. But here we go.
Yeah. So what's your name?
Oh, I'm Kadrizi, also known as Tyree.
I'm Maya.
I'm Anna.
I thought it was Aladdin.
Yeah, I'm legally changing my name to Aladdin, and I think that you should just go for it and change yours to T Dreezy.
But I want a job.
They can't not hire you based on that anymore.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, they can.
They do.
They do. You're right. I legitimately today at work, I had a customer name pop up, and I had to show it to Tyree because legitimately the way it was spelled was Jaqueline.
Oh, we've seen that before. I feel like I've seen that before.
And she was allergic to pepper.
Let's just put her on blast right now.
If your name is no,
Yeah.
Jaqueline, you're allergic to pepper.
just so upsetting.
You done messed up, AA Ron.
Yeah, so welcome back. We apologize for the sound quality of our shit, but we love doing this, so we're gonna keep doing it. And we are working on making it better. Which, if you'd like to help out, you can go visit Patreon, and we actually have our first Patreon subscriber.
Shout out to Chi Dreezy's mom.
$25 a month.
Actually, 23 because Patreon takes 2.
The weirdest flex of all time.
You're fine.
Oh, I bet that felt good.
But all of that money is going to better mics and bettering the sound quality because we want to stick around for a while. Which that also reminds me, someone was commenting on one of our pictures the other day because we announced last week's episode, chapter 18. We are almost done with the first book.
That's out.
We're
I'm
6
really
or 7
close.
chapters away. Not even.
How many?
What chapter are we talking about today?
19?
Oh, lit. Okay. I thought we were on 20.
I did too for half a second, and then I was reading it, and a lot of the stuff didn't make sense. So
Oh.
yeah. Ow.
Rise and shine.
Rise and shine. Have you seen the memes for that? Do you know what we're talking about?
I think I know what you're talking about. Is it the Kylie? Is that
Yeah.
the one singing to her baby? I haven't seen the original video, but I've seen the memes.
She literally just walks into the room and she's like, time to wake up Stormy. And then she's like, rise and shine.
Tries to sing it all Cash Money, but it's not.
I was like, girl, you gotta wrap that up.
I hate them so much.
Same.
But if we're talking about 19, I definitely do have an overview. I just have to yeet to my car really quick.
Oh,
'Cause I
okay.
left it in there.
Yeah, let me pause this
We'll be
real
back.
fast.
Are we recording again?
We are now.
No.
Okay. I was gonna do like
Yeah.
a big burp into the mic.
All right.
You know.
So we're back, and Maya actually had her notebook here the whole time.
Yep.
So, we're in chapter 19. It's called Goodbyes. Maya, hit us with the overview.
Okay. So, I can't remember what was happening in 18. Can you remember
The
where we left
hunt.
off?
They're
So
in the
that's
car?
where they're in the car after the meetup with James
Okay.
and their shits at the baseball game.
So, this is the one where Alice, Emmett, and Bella arrive at Bella's house.
Yes, and Edward.
And Edward. And Charlie has been waiting up for Bella because she left because she was going on this date with Edward. Just found out that they're kind of dating. And so he's
He's waiting up like a good dad would
yeah.
do.
And it's not even that late or anything, but he's
Yeah.
just just waiting for her to come home. So he's really surprised when she starts yelling and saying that she broke up with Edward and that she hates Forks and all this. She hates her life and like wants to leave immediately. She says, "Just let me go." I repeated my mother's last words as she'd walked out this same door so many years ago. Lots of stuff to say about that.
Yeah, I have a list.
Yeah. She packs a few things really quickly. I think it says at random,
Yeah.
which is really disturbing.
I would love to see that bag.
How many khaki pleated skirts?
And shirts with holes in them.
Yeah. Yikes.
That was the first Kanye.
And then after that, she...
Did you just say Bella's the first Kanye?
No.
Sorry.
Yikes. Scoop-de-whoop-de-poop, am I right?
Yeah. Scoop to poop.
Okay, so then she says, like, that thing, the quote that I just read is, like, the final blow that she... Like, the last thing she says to Charlie to get him to let go, I think. So he's heartbroken and stunned and lets her walk out the door. She starts driving, but Edward, like, vampire throws himself into the car or something and takes over, which is just wild. And then Alice and Emmett run next to or behind or jump onto the truck somehow.
I think Alice is driving behind them.
Oh.
And Emmett jumps onto the truck.
Okay.
Because she first gets scared by the lights, and then by Emmett jumping on.
Okay.
It's just Emmett.
Yeah, shut up, Bella.
I just think that's so funny. Like, the image of, like, a full-grown man, like, just hurling his body. Yeah, okay. And so, behind them, James is chasing as fast as he can.
Uh-huh.
And it's amazing that they evade him, but they do. And they go to the Cullen household, where Edward explains that James is so hell-bent on getting Bella that they're going to have to kill him, basically, to stop him from getting Bella. So it's either Bella's life or James's life at this point, pretty much, because he's so determined.
Right.
And Edward is nervous and begs Bella not to be reckless and says, like, don't worry about anything but yourself right now. Laurent is at the Cullen house, too, but he says he won't go against James because James is, like, that horrifying. So he leaves, and Carlisle tells him to go in peace, which was big of him. And then Bella switches clothes with Esme after Rosalie refuses to switch clothes with her. And then the family breaks into groups, which I was confused by, and heads out in different directions in, like, 3 different teams, but exactly who is with who, I don't know, other than Bella is with Jasper and Alice going to Phoenix. Oh, actually, I didn't write it down. So, Edward, Carlisle, and Emmett are the hunting party pursuing James, I think. And then Esme and Rosalie are together trying to misdirect.
That and protecting Charlie.
Yes, and they're in charge of making sure that Charlie doesn't get killed by, or, like, nothing is revealed to him either.
Yeah.
And then Alice, Jasper, and Bella go to Phoenix to hide. And that's all.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
I was gonna say, can I start?
Yep.
Okay, so she's like, it's literally in the beginning. I'm gonna take this out because I cannot do this. But it's literally in the beginning when she's still in the car. I think it's literally the first page, and she's like thinking about what she's gonna have to say to Charlie in order to get out, and how this isn't gonna be pleasant, this, that, and the third. I can't really remember why she had to go back home. Other than because I understand, like, Rosalie, I was like, who was it? Rosalie and who were saying to protect Charlie?
Bella didn't want anything to happen to him, but who stayed to protect him? Rosalie and Esme. So
why couldn't they have just left them there and then, like, have Bella call, like, later and say, like, hey, something happened. It's like we're at this baseball field, or she's like, I feel like she could have just lied rather than, like, literally breaking this man's heart.
Yeah, I think I totally agree with you, and I don't feel like this is the way that it needed to happen, but also I understand that something needed to happen because he's, like, the police chief. He's going to find out if she's somewhere in town, and if Bella wanted to stay the night with her new boyfriend, he would have been like,
hell no.
Yeah. But yeah, I hear you.
Or it could have been like, my thing is with the Cullens and their reach and stuff, even if she would have said, like, she left somewhere with them, or like Dada had to leave suddenly, and then like if she was with them, like they easily could have hid because they do it so like easily, and they've done it so many times. Like they could have just like hid from him, and then she could have came back later, and then rather than him being heartbroken and like grounding her and her being in trouble, she just would have been in trouble, you know, when she came back. But I don't know. I just felt like it could have went a lot differently than her just like, hey, let me tell you something, and then like yeeting his entire feelings, you know. It really made me feel bad.
I agree. And on 395 on this topic, is that where it is?
394.
394. Yes. Let's see. Just let me go, Charlie. I repeated my mother's last words as she'd walked out the same door so many years ago. I said them as angrily as I could manage. I threw the door open. It didn't work out, okay? I really, really hate forks. So that seems like pretty weak language until it's revealed that that's, like, the death blow that her mom, like, whatever, on Charlie to, like, end their relationship. The fact that Bella knows that that's what she said is weird.
Yes. So I had 3 very specific things to say about that.
Okay.
Number 1, that first. How does she know the exact words? Because Renee left when Bella was a baby or a toddler. So she wasn't there for the fight. And then that would be kind of a weird story time from Mom for her to share her exact words of what she said to her father when she left him. Weird. Especially
those words, because it's not like...
Well, they seem so childish.
They do. Just let me go, Charlie. That's not like something that you would remember word for word saying.
No. And, yeah. And the, like, I really, really hate forks is so...
Really childish.
Really childish. But then she fucking left her husband because of where they lived.
That's super out of pocket.
Like...
Maybe asked to relocate?
Yeah, I feel like there were a lot of steps before that could have been taken
or
before
explained.
Peace.
Like if that was literally the only reason why she left him, that's high-key out of pocket. But I'm hoping that there was like more things, like either him not pulling his weight or being stagnant or like not providing everything that she needed, so she went to go look in someone elsewhere.
Yeah.
But
well, again, I feel like this is a place where backstory would have been appreciated.
And Stephanie Meyer starts writing the backstory. She starts it at the beginning of the book before it gets very vampire-y, when it's still like teenage girl book. You get elements of that and like hints at that, but it's not fully fleshed out or developed. You don't ever get to look directly at that, which I think is a big...
Right.
Like, it's a mistake.
It is. And I think, like, I do remember... Didn't at one point Bella mentioned how, like, Charlie's career was his family? Mm-hmm. So, like, I could see that obviously being a big element in their breakup, but that's addressed in one sentence in this entire book. But...
Yeah.
The overwhelming feeling that Renee had was, I hate this place and I'm stuck here with you. So fuck you, I'm out.
Yeah, and I mean, I wish that it's okay with me that we can't really like see all of that clearly at this point, but if that had been addressed and like worked out later in the book to like reinforce this theme of family, that half exists, I would really like that. If, like, later in the series we get a moment... I know they see each other again at the wedding, but, like, something where they, like, work it out and they're like, oh, we broke up because of these deeper issues, but, like, we're okay and we can still be a family or something like that, I think would fit with the rest of the themes. But anyway, nothing is that satisfying.
Unfortunately not. But, yeah, those were my 3 things that I was just like... It's weird that she said these were her exact words and that was her reasoning, really. That's what really threw me in this chapter.
I'm sorry, I keep thinking of... Because this is meme-related and Twitter-related, but, like, it ties back. But,
it's not hentai, is it?
It isn't...
Yes, obviously.
I have never mentioned hentai. Anyway.
It's just all Paul, right?
I'm gonna call the cops. But it's when they were saying it says when you're going to go sneaking to go get a snack from the kitchen and your parents are splitting up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like a meme, but it's like supposed to be really funny, but it's like low-key like right on the head. I wonder because like I remember when my mom and my dad broke up, I was going to the bathroom. But
Oh
no,
my God.
It didn't happen that fast.
no, like I went to the bathroom and then I heard them like they were like whisper yelling, and I was about to because there was like a little there was like a wall and there was like a little hole in the wall for some reason, and I mean it's like literally like this big. And I was gonna ask what they were doing, and then my mom was just like got like really mad, and then like she was just like, I just remember me and Tyree were leaving, and that's it, like we're done. And then I was just like, we're done with what? And then she was just like, Tyree, you're awake, and I was like, yeah, I had to pee. What are y'all doing? And then she's like, go back to bed. You're not supposed to be up right now. I'm like I said, I had to pee. I could have pissed myself, but you know. Here. And so she just sent me back to bed, and then we came up and I didn't see my dad for like months, and I was like, what is going on? But yeah, no, I was like, that's one part, like I don't know, because like when we were talking about like her not remembering her mom's speech and stuff like that, I don't think it's that big of a, I don't know, might not be that big of a stretch.
Yeah,
Remembering
if
it?
she were older, if she were your age at least, I would believe it. But
I think she, like, it said in the beginning of the book, like, she was 2.
Yeah, no.
I don't remember anything since I was, like, 14. Is that bad?
I feel it. I don't remember yesterday.
Yeah, same.
I have to like think.
Who wants to do that?
Yeah, no.
That's why we're talking about Twilight right now, because we're not even
Hell.
thinking.
Yeah.
And that's the tea.
All right.
Oh no.
Can you hear Bodhi?
What?
Can you hear Bodhi?
No,
Were
I
you
just
just
started
stroking
thinking
the
about-
mic?
I was.
Oh,
I apologize.
stop.
What were you thinking about in that moment? Where did your mind go?
My mind is dead.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Deceased.
it is pure mush. Just like I said, I haven't been sleeping. And so when I'm awake, my mind is asleep.
I feel it. I hope you sleep well tonight, because tomorrow...
I hope so too. I got a 5-hour energy and I thought about taking it
No.
for this. Yeah, I know. But then I told Tyree at work earlier, I had like a mild panic attack and I didn't know what was going on. So I was like, that's probably not the best thing for my heart at the moment.
Hella caffeine
uppers.
is really good for my, like, anxiety and
What
panic.
is?
Drinking a lot of caffeine. That doesn't induce panic at all. And that
No.
totally hasn't happened to me at work.
Maya every Saturday.
It's usually on Sunday. I remember
yeah.
one day turning around and telling you, like, I am the most panicked I have ever felt now.
I know.
And
I
I know
don't-
it didn't look like it, but on the inside...
Oh, I have some good news for after this.
Okay.
That might help that.
Well, and like the day that Anna got sick, and then she left, and you.
Oh, I was hard freaking out.
Really?
No, it was funny because she was like, I was keeping a face, but like.
Yeah. But
I mean,
anyway.
it got good. It got done. It was fine.
But when it was really... I almost had to, like, leave. When Paul walked in and he started leaning on the door frame, I was like, what is this? What are you doing? Why are you wasting time? Like, let's get to it. And then I realized he couldn't walk. And then he started rolling around on the office chair, and I was like, all right, I quit. This is it.
This is the end.
Yeah, if I've faked sick before, but I would never fake sick at this job because I would feel so bad.
Yeah.
But good Lord. I'm so happy I didn't see that.
Me too. And I knew that if you were there, you would have, like, yeeted him out of the kitchen so hard.
So fast.
Yeah.
If you don't get.
No shoe.
No shoe. And the other thing that I noticed, and I didn't want to roast him for it at that moment because it just didn't feel appropriate, was there was actually a hole in his sock.
I swear to God.
Like, on the bottom of his heel, and I was like,
I kept
you really
looking-
didn't have another sock to wear today? Oh my god.
I'm like, I was literally looking at it like, so is no one gonna say anything?
So as some reference, a month ago at this point,
It was more than a month.
More than a month.
It's
Yeah.
more than like 3 or 4.
Okay, well, a while ago, I came into work one day, and it was one of our busiest days,
It
and...
was August.
Okay.
It was close to your birthday.
Yeah.
No, it was a birthday, wasn't it?
No,
I think it
was
was the
a
week
birthday.
after, because I was
Okay.
just sick that whole week. But, I came into work and instantly threw up and was violently sick the rest of the day, so I left, and I felt super bad. So I left Paul in charge. And Gouty Boy comes in, not able to walk, can't put a shoe on, and he's gliding around our place of work on an office chair, which is 50 shades of hazardous.
At least.
And nobody told me that, thankfully, while I was at home sick.
Oh, yeah, I
no.
wasn't about to tell you.
I didn't even tell you like the day after. I was like, let's give it a month.
Yeah, I
Let
didn't
marinate.
find out until weeks later, thank God.
I knew you would have straight up hit him in the face.
I would have found the will to come back in.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, I can't.
really
I can't be sick. Let's go. I don't know. Sorry, that whole sock thing just had me messed up. Like I feel like I have different pairs of socks in my car because I'll keep sometimes like. Give me a second.
Do you wash your socks?
Yeah, they're all clean, and then I'll keep sometimes I keep a pair in my purse, but like they're still clean. But like I'll always have one on deck to make sure, like just in case I do like have to go somewhere and I have a hole in my sock, that I'm like prepared. But usually when I see a hole in my sock, I throw the hole out. So that was I'm sorry, that whole thing was just wild. He was very helpful that day, which I really do appreciate. Like, he was the OG. Like, it was cool.
I mean, I definitely think he recognized the panic. And he was like, okay, I'll sit here and mind the oven.
He's out
Because I definitely couldn't do that all.
like, all of that, it was, I was really glad that he was there, even though he was Gouty Boy. But, like,
Yeah.
that hole in the sock really did send me.
Some of us can't afford nice things, Tyree.
I mean, if socks ain't on
Fresh
the list,
socks.
like, just like another pair. Just another pair. Shout out to all the pairs. I'm sorry.
How did we get here?
I don't know. This is a pretty long tangent.
I don't
Fuck Bella, that's how.
No, because you said something about. I don't know.
I do feel like this is my fault. I know how we got here. We were talking about your 5-hour energy
Oh, yeah.
because of a question that I asked you, and then I started talking about panic, like caffeine-induced panic.
And the different panics, and then like I was like, then I brought up the weekend that she left. So this is my fault.
No.
I think I have a disorder. Anything-induced panic.
Yeah. I had a small caffeine panic this morning.
Hell yeah.
I felt... It's crazy. Like, how fast my mind can, like, switch topics. I felt like I was on Adderall.
Yeah. Dude, on Adderall. So usually, I feel like I'm almost on, like, a hardcore drug when I do Adderall because I have instincts that I don't normally have. Like, to drink 4 cups of coffee in a row. I hate coffee. But it's, like, my favorite thing to do on Adderall. It's like, oh, wow, we're going to be so productive. And then at the end of the day, I'm just like...
Vibrating.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, I feel like I was texting you back so fast this morning.
It was like when you were texting me. It was, but you always text fast, so I'm like,
It's
never.
true. I just felt like I was on light speed, and I was also doing like 8 other things. And Cashew was like, he is always really interested in whatever I'm working on. Mm-hmm. So like, if I'm writing, he needs that pen out of my hand right now. Or if I'm like trying to put my shoes on, he's like, no, those shoelaces are mine.
That's cute.
So I
my
was
shoes.
like battling
Run it.
with him and having like 8 conversations and doing my homework all before class started, and I was like, oh my god, why is this happening? But
It's fine. It
it's
happens.
because I drink 12 cups of coffee every day.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, maybe we should talk about Twilight a little.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I feel like we've been off topic for a good 15 minutes.
That's
At least.
Yeah,
It's
but
only been 3.
really?
No.
I'm like,
It's
Maybe
been
I
10
am on
minutes.
crack.
okay. So like, well, damn. Well, how fast were we talking? Because this felt like a long conversation.
I actually dosed everyone's smoothies with Adderall.
Okay. There's not a lot to say other than like how harsh. I feel like in the book it's a lot more harsh than the movie, because I also feel like that's a portrayal issue. Like, instead of like yelling, she yells during the first part, but then it says like she's yelling throughout the entire time she's in the house. But like Bella's just like whisper talking out of breath because apparently she doesn't know how to go up a flight of stairs correctly. But like,
and also she can get all the things she needs out of her bathroom in the first try.
Well, okay.
I hate that.
Speaking of that, it mentions other times that she has like a
shower caddy.
Yeah. Bitch, is this your dorm?
Yes, I feel like I brought that up in like the second chapter or something.
Maybe you did. I don't remember.
Because I was so thrown by that. Like, is this not your house? Like, you feel that detached from Charlie's home?
Last year I had a roommate who did that, and I was always like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's weird.
Just unpack, dude. Just unpack.
I feel like I would solely have one because I would like take my crap back to my room because I wouldn't want anyone to touch my stuff because my shampoo is very expensive and I can't.
I feel it. I put my stuff in a cabinet so no one touches it, but
the only other person in the house is Charlie.
Yeah,
and
that's
Lord
true.
knows he uses the 3-in-1 Dove for Men shit.
Yeah, right. So it's not like a space issue.
Ew.
If you are a man out there, or anyone, any gender, and you use 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner or 3-in-1 body wash shampoo and conditioner, I got news for you.
It's not.
Stop it.
It's not.
Get some help.
Get some help.
Yeah, just invest in yourself. Treat yourself.
Yeah.
You deserve better.
Instead of spending $1.99, spend $7.99 and get all 3 of them separately.
Yes.
So they can do their proper job.
I think
Because your ass stinks.
I have this jar of shampoo that I like literally it works really nice for my hair. It's like this big. It's like this big, this wide. Homeboy is $27.50.
Oof.
Like, it makes me want to throw up. And I'll literally be in there. Just like a nail. Loud that one spot. No, but what I do is I'll get like I'll get like basic shampoo and then I'll shampoo my hair and then I'll get like the stuff that I really need that will actually do stuff to my hair and then just so I can get the first wash done. So like, cause that one's not going to lather up and the second one lathers up. So I'm like, okay, let me just. Alright.
Yeah.
That's why I only wash my hair once a week.
I do it twice. A week.
Twice a week?
Not twice a week. Once every 2 weeks.
I wash my hair twice a week-ish. But I washed my hair today. It did not make a difference. I still look like
I think it looks
a
fine.
mess. Thank you. I think I need a haircut, but anyway.
Yeah, my hair, I need a haircut.
Oh wait, so okay. I'm sorry, we keep being off topic, but how short? Because I know you said like 12 to 13 inches, but like how much would that be like in relative? Like if you went like this and then how short?
So for people who have not seen Maya's hair,
it's down her butt.
Yeah.
Like when I'm washing my hair in the shower and I'm like lathering my hair and then I let it all fall, it like slaps.
You can clap your own cheeks with your hair.
It happened once. The first time I remember, and I was like, "Oh no, 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 no! This is it. This is how you know it's too long." But 12 inches is only like that ish. So
Okay.
That'd be really cute.
yeah, that was how short my hair was like when
I feel like that's how short it was when I met you.
Yeah, well, yeah. When I was a freshman in college, it was about like this long, and it was because I impulsively cut it like in the middle of the night because I felt like it. And it grew back this much in that long, so I think it's fine.
Was that like your...
That was my crazy hair decision.
Okay.
Like, most people, like, shave their head. Like, my roommate shaved her head. Or, like, dye it a color, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't... my hair has always been super long, so cutting it any amount was like, whoa.
My hair used to be longer than it is now, but thicker.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, like, actually nice. And then
Mood.
I had mental illness and didn't know it yet. So the way I dealt with that was I cut, like, 10 inches off. So it was at my shoulder. And then I dyed it two-tone.
I don't know
What do you mean?
means.
Like half and half? Or
Like, blonde on top, brown on bottom. Like, underneath.
okay.
So horrifying.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I knew this girl named Destiny that did that, and I was just like,
I'm Destiny.
yeah, no, girl. She has a whole signature thing. Like we used to if you like did anything with your back in the picture, we would call it the Destiny's Arch because like she had no butt, but she would just like arch her crap so hard it looked like she had one. And I was just like. Speaking of, my mom said I didn't have a butt again today, so third time in this like the two day span.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. She hates me. It's fine.
Moment of silence for Tyree's ass.
And she just says it at the weirdest times. Like we were standing at the bus stop waiting for Mello, and she's like, "You have no butt." I'm just like, "Mama, I'm like I do not deserve this attack." And then she'll come, and then she'll just she walks around me. Yeah, it is not there. I'm like,
Oh my god.
I'm like, I'm sorry that you like you can have someone sit on your butt. Like I cannot. I was like, if I get on the right pants, I have one. But like, if I don't, like it's.
That's a mood right there. It's crazy how the right pair of pants can transform your shit.
Yeah, I could be double caked up on a Tuesday if I wanted to. If I wore the right pants, but like and then oh my god, it's so bad when she does it. Like it will last for like 7 minutes of her just like flaming me. I'm like, this is not in my control.
Have you guys seen those leggings that like have the material scrunched up like right at the butt crack so it like lifts? Mm-hmm. And okay, I saw a girl wearing that at the gym the other day, and it literally looked like her asshole was about to consume her leggings. It was so nasty. It was straight up in her ass crack. And like every guy obviously was looking at it, but it was
Not
disgusting. It was like, I feel like I can see your butthole pucker right now.
I'm like,
It's
girl,
so
I
gross.
can see the hair around your butt.
Yeah,
Like-
honestly. And they were white.
Oh no,
Who
no.
are you? She's clearly not wearing underwear. Like, it was fucking gross.
She's like, I'm sorry, I'm just thinking like vag sweat, and she's like on the treadmill or some bullcrap like that. I'm just like, girl, stop
So
it.
it looks like if you came here for Twilight this week, you're just SOL.
I can tie this back to Twilight.
Okay, do it.
Okay. So, since Tyree's mom is such a savage, I wrote the most savage moment ever was on page 400. So I know I'm jumping a couple pages, but it's when Edward and Bella, Alice, Emmett, whatever, they're all back at the... Yeah, Ellis. They're all back at the house, and they see that Laurent is there, and obviously they're just, like, tense. They're like, what are you doing here? And what the fuck is his name?
I know, there's so many.
Laurent. Yeah, there's too many.
Too many characters.
Laurent is explaining, like, James' intentions, why he was with James, warning them, whatever. And he, like, straight up looks at Bella and out loud asks to everyone, is she worth it?
And then
That's the best thing ever.
I'm like, what? Just give her.
But, and you'll love this. You remember what Edward did in response?
No.
He roared.
Oh, that's hot. Oh my god.
She just nutted. If you
Nut.
didn't know.
Oh, yikes. Later on in this chapter, I think. Let me double check. Yeah, okay, so at the very end on 403, well, mostly on 404, actually, Jasper is looking at Bella. I almost said Ella.
Yeah.
That's like Bedward.
Same.
Ew.
Okay.
I really liked this moment, actually.
I did too. It was really sweet, and you get to see some of Jasper's character for the first time, really, but he can sense that she's feeling like she's not worth it.
Yeah.
And he says, you are worth it. You're wrong, he repeated, smiling kindly at me. Is that all? But I don't know. It felt like a big moment because we haven't really seen anything from Jasper yet, and it comes up in the next chapter too. She continues to worry about her, like, being worth it.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Valid. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I also, along with that, I really like that moment between Bella and Jasper. Because she also has a moment with Edward. Or, god damn it, Emmett. earlier in the chapter where she's like, I don't know him very well, but I'd be really sad if I never saw him again.
Okay. So I have a note about that, too. Where is that energy when she's talking to her dad?
Or anyone who's not a vampire.
Yes. It's disrespectful. So she literally barely knows this guy. And I get that she's in this really weird state and things are really rushed and she's not thinking clearly. No one's thinking clearly. But everything with her dad is transactional. And she feels bad about it. She does cry about it. And she continues to cry. But it's, like, not clear if it's, like, oh, my God, I hurt my dad so much. I don't want to be doing this. I feel so bad. Or if it's, like, oh, I'm so scared that something bad is going to happen to Edward.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Giving her the benefit of the doubt, it still doesn't feel like she's... It's just weird that she would say that about Emmett. Like, why say that?
Yeah.
And then not feel the same way about anyone else.
I think a lot of people will go to bat for Bella here because, like, she's written to be really upset over Charlie, but it's like... This is the first, like, shit she's given about Charlie ever, it seems like. But it seems like just a given response, if that makes sense. Like you said, I don't know if she genuinely, or if Stephanie Meyer wrote it genuinely.
Yeah.
I think she meant for it to be, but I think it's another thing.
It's not supported by the text.
Right. At all. That's...
Not anywhere but here.
Right. So I think that's where, like, we understand in this chapter she shows a lot of worry for Charlie and blah, 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 but it's not supported by the rest of the book or the series. Mm-hmm. And that's the whole issue we have with her.
Yeah, that's what it boils down to. And I'm kind of, like, on our Twilight account, I scroll through and I see all this stuff about, like, how much everyone thinks of Bella as, like, a really strong person, really independent, really, like, fierce. And I don't see it.
Where? It's where?
It's mostly, like, with photos of her as vampire Bella, but still. She's the same person.
Even then, like, no.
I was reading chapter 20 today, and I wrote it down in there, so I might forget that I said this and bring it up again, but how is Jasper able to, like, sense her emotions?
That's his power.
I know, but if she's a shield, shouldn't it block his ability too?
That is out of pocket!
Oh my God.
That is out of pocket. No, because literally everyone else's power does not work on her, but Alice is able to see her in the future.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, it was like Alice isn't able to see her in the future, so I mean, is able to see her. So, like, I don't know, like, what... Is it her?
Yeah, that feels like a plot hole to me.
Yeah.
It should be all or nothing if she's going to be a shield.
Yeah, and, like,
Big
feeling...
one.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's a pretty big plot hole.
Yeah, and, like, I'm trying to think, because Alice can see her future, like, anything that has Bella in it. And then... But is it, like, physical things? Or, like... No, because Edwards is, like, mental, like, picking through her mind and stuff. But I was thinking, like, well, maybe feelings is not, like, a mind thing. But then, like, a lot of emotions are gathered in your effing mind. So it's, like...
Everything. We are just a brain.
Yeah, and so I'm, like, I don't
in a meat sack.
Except, I could see the argument. Pain is experienced in the head, but it starts at your body. So I get... If she's a shield, I understand why, like, the girl who's, like, pain, why that doesn't work on her.
Yeah.
Or the electric shocks. But... This, I'm just, like, on
yeah,
the
I
edge.
mean, if Jasper can read her emotions, Edward should be able to read her thoughts.
Right.
Those go hand in hand, I think.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And I was thinking about that more in the next chapter, too. But, like, in my own mind, in my previous readings and watchings of these books and movies, I've really minimized Jasper's power. Mm-hmm. And seen that as, like, not that... special, not that powerful, whereas Edwards is, like, all-powerful on the same level of seeing the future, like Alice. But reading this, it kind of equates the two, but it's like, why... Yeah, I just don't get why one would work and the other wouldn't.
I feel like Alice is more bossed up than Edward, though. Like, he could read minds, like, ooh, I could see your effing future. Like,
And she's a better friend to Bella than Edward is, in my opinion.
I don't know. Sometimes I wish we, like, didn't go back and reread the books, only because, like, my opinion on Bella has changed a lot, even though I used to yell at her in the movies. But, like, now it's just, like certain moments that she's had with Charlie and how, like, like literally there was one conversation where she was like excited about, like, she was relieved that Charlie was going to be out for the day, so she didn't have to, like, so she could, like, be with Edward, some bullcrap like that, or and then she, like, lied to him or whatever. But like before, like, all her interactions with him just seemed like she was awkward for being genuine, but like actually she was in her head was like, oh damn, like, yes, that's crazy, or damn, I'm actually lying to you right now. And so it's like,
I just have a thought. So the time has slowed down so much in these last like 10 chapters that this is the same day, I think, as her going over and meeting the Cullens family for the
yes,
first time.
it is. It is still the same day.
Didn't they do that in the morning and then she came back?
Oh my god,
like,
you're right.
Yeah.
So this is like one extremely long, slow day.
Yeah. And there's still information missing.
Yeah, and there's still information missing.
That's crazy.
Let me go.
I wonder sometimes if we read any other book this hard, like any of the books that I'm supposed to be reading for school.
Fuck that.
If I read them like this, I wonder if it would work.
Yeah.
Like, does anything hold up under this much scrutiny? I don't know.
I don't know. There has to be something. But getting back to my thing of, I don't know. So one of the things I noted is I'm kind of understanding Rosalie a little more. You know, she's always described as being just pissed off and mad at Bella and not accepting. But, I mean, Bella brought this on, or like, Bella and Edward being together put them in this situation. And ultimately, that was Edward's decision to allow himself to be with Bella. And, like, everyone deserves love and blah, blah, blah. But, like, look at all the danger it's putting their family in. The one that's, like, gone out of their way to not be a burden on society. To not be these monsters they were created to be. Only to be put in this position for them to lose, like, everything they've worked with. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I understand her anger.
Yeah.
Because also, we can't even see what there is about Bella to fight for. And we are in her goddamn mind. Mm-hmm. Think about it from Rosalie's perspective.
Yeah.
Rosalie is that itch. Like, no one can touch her.
No.
All she spits is facts. All the time. And everyone's just like, oh, you're so mean. I'm like, she's right.
Yeah.
Like,
but does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like she overdoes it a little bit with her only emotion is fury, but, like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I get that, but she's like standing... Sorry, what?
No, I'm sorry, I just looked over. What's that at the bottom of your notes, Tyree?
As if you could outrun me. But, no, I was, because it's like, it's the date, and then the next day they go and visit his parents, and then they go... And then, like, you get Carlisle's story, and get Esme's, and then Alice and all their backstory. And then the same day they do the baseball game. But this is, like, chapter 13. So, like, 2 days have passed, basically. Yeah. And I think chapter 12, they're still going on the date.
Right.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So, yep.
Yeah, it's really interesting for me to look back at that kind of thing and try to track time through this, for sure.
Sorry.
I think I do understand Rosalie a little bit too. I think it's a little heavy-handed that she's like only has one emotion, like you said. But I think that creates this interesting dynamic because everyone else is saying the exact same thing to Bella, and they're essentially they present one face. And realistically, these characters could have been consolidated into fewer characters,
Right.
in my opinion. But having someone go against that is necessary, I think, to creating some kind of conflict and generating some interest in this book. But I wish that they like went into more giving her reasons why and giving her like the platform and the time to be like, this is why I'm against it, or like having some complication, like maybe she kind of had feelings for Edward at one point or something would be really interesting.
Yikes.
Because I know they were like Carlisle created Rosalie for Edward.
Right.
Just sort of out of pocket.
It is, but if they had something, that would be really interesting to me.
Yeah.
That maybe that's more like soap opera-esque, like Vampire Diaries type shit, but I don't know.
No,
I would have liked that.
Yeah, more juice.
Yeah, make it juicier. Vampire shit, but juicy. But make it juicy.
Oh, can we note and there's a part in here where she asks like, "Why me?" like Bella when all this crap is happening, and I'm just like, you chose this.
You
But-
literally chose it. Also, I have a YME story to tell you. This, and anytime I ever hear that, it makes me think of this. My mom was diagnosed with a super rare kind of cancer when she was 26. At the time, it was super rare. I think it's more common now, and she only survived because of, like, cutting edge, like, new medical practice that she was kind of, like, the guinea pig for, in a sense, like, one of the first people to receive this treatment. So she's fine now. But when she was diagnosed, she said to one of her nurses, "Why me?" And her nurse, no shit, said back, "Why not you?" Yeah.
Do you want to push this on someone else? Damn.
Yeah. So that's what I always think of.
Oh, okay. Worst nurse ever award.
Yeah.
But like,
Damn.
I feel like I would say that to
Yeah.
someone, not a patient.
I know, and not to their face, but I find myself saying that to myself
Yeah.
sometimes.
Why
yeah,
not
why
you?
not you?
Why not you?
Damn.
So fucking rude.
Especially like your mom's like going through it, and she's like, "Why me?"
Yeah, and in that moment, it was like the hope, like the odds for your survival are like slim to none.
Yeah.
But she's fine.
Oh my god.
That deserves like a "Can I speak to your manager?" moment.
Yeah. I wonder if she did. I don't know the rest of that.
Pulls out her
story.
Karen wig.
Yeah. Well,
Just out of the purse. Can I speak to your manager?
Oh my god. All right.
anyway, sorry to take us all the way off topic again.
That was great though. That was a great off topic.
Oh my god, guys. So I was getting on Instagram to look at our account. Guess what's coming out soon?
What?
The Kissing Booth 2.
What's that?
One of the worst and most cliche movies you'll ever watch on Netflix.
Oh, yikes.
But I love it.
Yeah,
I'll have to give that a watch.
It's really bad.
Nice.
I liked it. Though.
Next time I have free time, so
It's like a
hit me
nice
up next
background
month.
thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel that. I watched a children's Halloween movie this week in the background, and it was
Hell
very
yeah.
satisfying.
I watched a show this week in the background, The Exorcist.
Oh,
Oh.
But it wasn't super scary. I'm looking for something. It's spooky season, guys.
I know.
I wanna be
it's fucking
scared.
spooky.
I sent this to you. I sent you one story, but then the other one I sent, I didn't know if you saw that one that I sent, but it's called the Bad Apple one.
Yeah.
And it's one where like Mike is with Bella, and he like it says what would have happened if Edward would have transferred out of the science class the first day, and so like they have him actually transferring out, and then her developing feelings with Mike, and then starting to go out with him, but then he turns out to be like super abusive, and
That doesn't make any sense to me.
no, well I don't. He seemed a little psychotic to me when I first saw his character, so I wasn't like. I didn't think it was like too much. Like I was thinking like it was like behind closed doors. He's like psychotic, but it was just here. I'm gonna see if it will let me pull up the description, please. Yeah, it says in the story everything has changed. What would have happened if Edward had been able to change his science class the first day? Would things have changed between Bella and Edward, or would things have worked out in the end? Well, in the story, something very different has happened, and Edward changed science class, causing Mike to become Bella's new partner. Eventually, sparks fly between the two, and suddenly they are dating. Then, after months of dating, something about Mike changes. Instead of New Moon happening, Bella's going through an abusive relationship with Mike Newton. She's not close with Jake or anyone else in fear of Mike getting jealous and hurting them or killing her.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, so in the story, everything has changed, but mostly everything's the same. The Cullens are still vampires, and Jake has just turned into a werewolf. Alice's visions are about to change everything Bella knows and holds dear to her heart.
Why? Okay, I'm curious to read that because I wonder if Alice seems like such a good person that she would still care about Bella no matter what. Mm-hmm. And so, if like in that story, it would be really cool if Alice still like advocated for Bella, even though Edward wasn't in the picture.
Yeah, I like to think of Alice more like Doctor Strange, even though I know this isn't how she sees visions, because Doctor Strange, what he does, he's able to see the future as well, but when he sees the future, he's able to see a lot of different
Possibilities. Yeah.
so I know she like sees one until it like changes and then she'll see it again, but I like to think that she sees like all of them. But like I would like to think that she saw the possibility of her and Edward getting together, and then it when she gets with Mike, and then like how it just like changed, and like how she saw the route of her life where it was going, but since Edward changed and now she's on this like downward spiral, she's just like, damn. And so
I'm so curious how Alice's visions work, but we can talk about that more in the next chapter. Because it seems like, I don't know. Is it like That's So Raven style where like it hits her?
yeah.
Okay.
That'd be dope.
I mean, it low-key is.
It low-key
Like,
is.
when like they see her, like when she's like gets her vision, she literally like stares off into space exactly how Raven does it. Maybe that's where they got it from.
Yeah, maybe we got it.
She just like drops a vase. I keep hearing the noise in my head when Raven has her visions, like the wow wow, and then it's like a little oh in the background, but it's like a noise, but not like people. Oh,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, are we ready to wrap up?
Yeah.
I think so. This has been a complete shit show. Sorry, guys.
I think we talked about Twilight for 5 whole minutes.
Yeah. You get the idea. By the end of this chapter, Bella has left.
Oh.
Yeah?
Sorry, there's one more thing I want to mention. It's not anything major, but like there's a part where like Edward like pulls her into her, and then he like grabs her by her face and like lifts her up, and she says her feet aren't touching the ground anymore. And then he lifts her up by her neck. Like,
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, because it said he like kissed her in front of all her family, but he like I don't know. I think it was the way that it was said, because it literally said he took my face in both of his hands and he like lifted me up. My feet were no longer touching the floor, and I was like, oh. Edward actually killed her. Her neck breaks. She dies.
It'd be so funny.
Oof.
This just ends with Edward like, oops.
I feel like it would be
And
more. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. My bad.
Edward in the morning, rise and shine.
tries to do his little vampire thing. Do you think he would have done it at that point?
I don't know. All right,
Sorry.
I think this is as good as it's gonna get.
Yeah, it's just, I think the nature of these chapters is that they cover, like, low-key, and very little ground, and so...
And at the end of the day, all we're talking about a girl who wants to suck some vampire dick.
And that's the tea.
Does she ever suck vampire dick, though? I bet she
does
doesn't.
them Breaking Dawn.
Are you sure?
No.
Nah, she was just getting her cheeks clapped for like the entire first part of the
I feel
thing.
like Edward would be against sodomy. Isn't that...
Sodomy is when you do butt stuff.
Oh, really? I thought that included the,
Get freaky in the
mouth
sheets.
stuff, too.
No.
Oh. Well,
I feel like Edward would be down with sodomy. But on him.
yeah.
Oh!
That I could see. Bella, she would be like, my mom would never do this. I'm not doing this.
Speaking of, I saw when I was looking for like Twilight fanfiction, there were a couple that I saw of like Emmett and Edward being a couple, which I thought was sort of out of pocket.
Don't like that.
I flipped through it, and
Like,
I
I'm
was
down with Edward and Jacob, but like, they're portrayed as brothers.
Yeah, that's
weird.
I think it happens in the book, but like calling back to one of the first chapters, First Sight probably is which one it is. When Jessica is explaining their relationships and how like they're together but they're not together.
They're together.
Yeah. They're together and they're like siblings but they're not siblings.
Yeah.
That is out of pocket.
It is.
I don't like it.
It's sort of like when you have like adopted siblings or you have like foster siblings and they're living.
You still don't fuck.
That's like
Yeah,
flat.
it's like those creepy stepsister, stepbrother pornos.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is. But none of this is far fetched to me because of stories that I have
Yeah,
told you
I
guys
know.
before. So
Yeah.
Okay, well,
not involving me.
Let's
Off the record.
Yeah, let's just wrap this shit
Yeah.
up.
yeah,
Sorry.
let's go home, take a shower, and forget this ever happened.
So this is one of the rare episodes where we're actually recording on the night that we are releasing this. So in just a few minutes and us wrapping this up, you guys will have access to this episode. So make sure to like it, listen to it wherever, leave us reviews and ratings on Apple Podcasts, leave us comments on YouTube, Instagram, wherever.
Please go to our Patreon, give us some money.
For better mics so that they sound less like shit.
I don't think this one was as bad, but I don't know.
Well, you let us know.
Yeah, we're genuinely trying. I almost took my account into the negative this week for new mics. That's how much we care, guys.
And so, like, if you would just please $1, what would you do if we were sitting in front of you right now?
Or if you want
We need to create a starving kids commercial of us.
Yes.
I wanted to make a soundboard and just play it into the
They
mic.
exist.
I feel like we have a bunch of things on our list to get before that.
I just mean on my phone. I will make my
there
own
are free
soundboard.
apps, I'm sure. But
you
if you
definitely
want
aren't going to be the one controlling
I
it.
definitely am.
No.
Yeah. I'll make sure I'll do
It'll
it at
just be
appropriate
an hour and
times.
a half of just sound.
noises. But I was going to say, if you would like to contribute, help us out, get us closer to our goal of buying mics, but you don't want to just throw money into the void, you can help us out by buying our merch, which is all very soft and we love it all and use it ourselves.
Yeah, I'm ordering a sweatshirt tonight and I'm so excited because I'm actually cold right now and it looks super soft and I love our logo.
Yeah, so check that out. The links to everything are on our website, which is really long, and I'm not going to read it because I don't want to, but it's in the bio of our Instagram page, which is where we have our biggest following, and that's at My Twilight Fantasy, I think, right?
At My Twilight Fantasy, yep, on Instagram.
On Instagram. So go follow us there, please.
And like she said, that's where our biggest following is. That's where we interact with the most people. So I just want to shout out a few people who have DM'd us over the past couple of weeks. So shout out to Rachel H., Bruna, Priya, Rachel F., Steph, and Brittany. They've all given us a lot of love. They've given us their opinions on things that we've talked about, and we really, really love hearing from you guys. So please continue to do that. Email us at mytwilightfantasypodcast@gmail.com. It really brightens our days, even if you're telling us our opinions are garbage.
We got a new review and rating on Apple, iTunes, whatever it's called.
Yay.
From Maisie Mira. She said, "Attention please, these three really bring Fridays to a whole new level with their hilarious yet informative episodes. I look forward to them every time. Thank you so much." And she left that comment on September 21st, which is my birthday.
I think we read that a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I missed it.
Did we
But
really?
thank you.
I think so.
I thought I looked at one like that, but it wasn't like. Is there one before it by another person named Maisie?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. Yeah, and I'm also seeing one from July 22nd.
Is that Steph?
No, it's from ADW 2009.
That's my mom.
Oh. Thanks, Mom. Steph M, and then this one.
We love you,
Yeah.
Mom.
Just 3.
I never go
Thank
so
you.
But we
Please,
appreciate
we
it.
have
It
12
really, really
ratings.
helps us out. Because what happens when you guys go on there and review and rate us, when people look up podcasts, like they're trying to find a new one and they type in like a genre, like either book or fantasy or something like that, the more ratings and reviews we have, the more likely we are to pop up as like number ones for them to listen to. So we want to keep growing our community, and because we want to keep recording this podcast, we really have fun with it. So thank you guys for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we will see you next
one.
week.
Peace.
So,
Love.
and Twilight.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.